Unexplained infertility are the two words that I will always remember when I think back to our fertility journey, because those are the two words that our fertility specialist told us when we went to go see her after testing, and after we had tried for a year to get pregnant, and we hadn't got pregnant yet. And although our fertility journey is something that was one of the hardest things we've had to experience so far, it was well worth it because we got our two babies at the end of the journey. So I've always dreamed of being a mom. A majority of us always have. That's nothing new. But my heart dropped when I heard that although everything looked normal, something's not clicking, something's not working. So and when I heard that, I wondered why me? Why us? Why my body? Why couldn't we conceive when so many other couples that we knew were either expecting or already had babies, or were expecting and had babies? And so really at first, when we first started, it was like, okay, now this is the month we'll get pregnant. And then the next month we were like, it will be this month. And then 1 month turned into 3 months, and then 3 months turned into 6 months. And then before we knew it, it was a year, and we were sitting in front of the fertility specialist asking what's wrong with us. So per our fertility suggestion, we went with the IUI. We started with the IUI because of our age and because we were because we didn't have anything that was wrong with us, quote unquote. And so I think back, so we started our journey and with the IUI in July of 2018, and we just decided to go with it, and we prayed for the best. But during our journey to conceive, I can remember one thing being so constant. No matter what disappointment we faced, each month really is one of the, it was a monthly kind of occurrence there. God was always there, and He never failed. He never failed to be there, and I felt His presence so much. And I look back to think, how in the world did I make it to the end of the end of this journey? And it's only God, it's only God that explains it. And so He was there. He showed up in so many moments. So He was there to show me that I wasn't alone in this fight. He brought me in front of so many people. He brought their stories to me to encourage me to keep going. And He also gave me signs of affirmation that we will have a baby. Or babies. I remember specifically that one Sunday we didn't go to church. We were live streaming it, and the guest speaker during that service said, "You keep pushing forward. You will get double for your trouble." And although we really didn't say anything to each other, my husband and I both kind of locked eyes, and we were like, okay, cool deal. We didn't know that would really be our journey or a testimony in regards to conceiving, because back then we really hadn't even had been trying that long, but it just happened to be that's what happened. And so after the first round of IUI, we did an at-home pregnancy test, and I saw a faint pink line, and I thought I was an expert at pregnancy tests at this point because I had taken so many, and I found out that I went to the doctor and found out I wasn't pregnant, actually. So that was one of the worst feelings in the world, and one of the feelings I will always remember because it puts me in a place of gratitude now. Although we were disappointed the first round, we tried again for the second time. And right before we tried again, my apologies, right in the midst of trying again, I was invited to a book club from my friend Heather. And in the midst of all of these women that I'd never met before, except for my friend Heather, I felt God telling me, you need to share your story. And please keep in mind, I didn't tell anybody. I didn't share it with anybody, not even my closest friends, that I was going through this. Just it was just me and Jason that kind of knew this. And I shared it. I told them and I cried and I told them and I cried again. And it was just such vulnerability that was laid out on the table. But that moment, I never felt so free. I let go of the pain and I let go of the being ashamed of my body and I just let it out. And I never felt so good. And I felt so encouraged by these women that were sitting there letting me be free. And I felt at that moment that I did what God wanted me to do, and that was share my story of pain so He could get the glory in order so I can share what the pain created. So sometimes even now, I still can't believe they're here. I can't believe that I'm a mom to not one but two sweet, precious babies, Charlie and Madeline. And so they are a constant reminder to me that nothing is impossible with God on my side, on our side, and that nothing's too hard for Him. So I wanted to create Fertility Believers as a space for anyone that is going through the same thing that I went through or a similar journey, because you are a warrior and you are a conqueror and you will have your babies. And I truly believe that because I felt the same way. So I truly believe that God brought to my attention others going through the same thing or that had gone through the same thing to encourage me. And I feel like it's my honor and duty to do the same thing, to create a platform for others that are going through the same thing or have gone through the same thing, and they can share their stories to heal, to heal and to allow others to heal and allow others to hope and believe for their babies. So please, if you are in that situation or you know someone in that situation, I would love for you to share this group, this Facebook group called Fertility Believers, in order to encourage others and share each other's stories and give God the glory, because He's the reason why I'm a mom today, and He's the reason why I can share my story in hopes to encourage others and heal others. So thank you so much for hearing my journey on conceiving our baby girls, and I cannot wait to hear what your journey and what your testimony is. Have a great day.